Hello, good morning. Today we are going to learn how to use a TypeScript in React applications. Okay, it's very important. Like most of the companies are using TypeScript in all the projects. So whether you're interested or not doesn't matter. You should learn TypeScript if you want to work on React.js projects or Angular by default, you should know the TypeScript. And React.js, most of the people are using TypeScript. So let's see how to how to create a simple application with the help of a TypeScript, and let's create few components and how can we utilize the TypeScript advantage, how we can get advantage from TypeScript in React applications. Okay, so if you want to create an application with the help of TypeScript, so the simple thing. So go and connect. Okay, so the home page. Get started. Okay, let me actually. I just now gone to the different page. Create React app with the TypeScript. So it will provide you the simple command. It's not a big deal. So if you see, if you want to create a normal React application with the JavaScript, you can go with npx create React app and you can give a app name, right? Suppose if you want to use the TypeScript in your application, simple, just give hyphen a template and TypeScript. So just copy this command. If you are using npm, go with this command. If you are using yarn, you can go with this command. Okay, so right now we are using npm for our the node package manager. So just go and just run this command. It will create a React application with the TypeScript. Okay, I did already because you should not waste the time here. So I'm done. I created the application with the name my app-ts. So same thing. Let's run the application like npm start. Here we can see the differences between the JavaScript application and the TypeScript application. Meanwhile, it will load. So just go to the source folder. So if you see, so whenever you're creating a components and all these things in a React application with the JavaScript, you will see app.js or JSX. Okay, because we are using a JSX, that's why we can give an extension that app.js or app.jsx if you are using a JavaScript. And whenever you are dealing with the TypeScript, you can go with app.ts or app.tsx. So here, many people are using whenever they are going to create any component with the help of TypeScript, because anyway we are using a JSX. That's why many people are preferring that app.tsx. So in the same way, because this is the same thing, the same template, you will see the output the same way. Whether it's running or not, I don't know. It's taking much time to run. Okay, fine. Meanwhile, we can create some component. So here, so this is so same. The folder structure and everything is same. Only thing is here we are dealing with the TypeScript. So I'm just removing all this stuff here. This stuff here. I'm just putting simple heading like welcome to React with. um, But don't think that Raghu, it's we want to learn React.js quickly. We can learn TypeScript later. Definitely, that is not going to be a right approach. Actually, with experience, I'm saying. So learn TypeScript along with the React.js. Okay, if you don't have a time, just plan accordingly. Get some time, and don't try to learn TypeScript in a single day. So just learn few concepts step by step so that gradually within a month you will be definitely you will become comfortable in TypeScript as well. So it's taking too much time to load. I'm not sure why. So okay, fine. So this is like welcome to React.js with the TypeScript. And suppose let's go and create components. I'm just creating a folder called components. And so let's create our first component. Okay, our first component, just go with the header dot tsx. Okay, same thing. Just create a function header, okay, and return JSX. JSX and export default the header. Save it. Let's see whether it's loading or not. Okay, welcome to Type React with the TypeScript. It will take time to adapt the TypeScript, but I'm saying definitely you will feel very happy after learning TypeScript, and you can save lots of time in Office. Okay, if you don't learn TypeScript, definitely you should. Everyone will face problem while doing Office work. That's why I just started providing training TypeScript along with React.js. Okay, don't worry. So I will take care of that. So let's okay. We have created a header. So here again I'm just putting header like ready. So just go the same way you can import it because so far TypeScript is not showing any error. Okay, we are happy. Okay, header component. If you want to display the header and save it, that's fantastic. You are able to see that because you have created a simple component with the help of TypeScript as well. Now, because it's very simple, so how you have created, so you can add the JSX, whatever you want, you can add images and all those things, definitely it will work properly. So where the TypeScript matters, okay? So now I can create another component. Okay, this is a plain component, we're not taking any props. So whenever we are going to take the props, at the time TypeScript is going to be given, not creating.
Oh, I have doubt that.
Yeah, tell me.
So we are not compiling this TSX file into JS file.
Yeah, that webpack is taken care of
Okay.
because this is create React app, right?
Yeah.
Thing is configured, webpack, Babel, all the things. So whenever you do npm start, okay, it is going to bundle everything, and first it will convert everything into the JavaScript. That's happening internally. We don't need to worry about that right now.
Okay.
It's happening because yeah, end of the day, browsers can't understand TypeScript. So here webpack is there, inside Babel is there. Already everything is configured properly, so it is going to take care of that. So our job is you should write proper JSX. Got it? But how to configure and all those things we can learn in coming days, no problem.
But in React.js, compulsory we need to install Webpack, right?
Yes, because I think 1 week back we have
Hmm.
created our own create React app, right? At the time first we installed the webpack. With the webpack only we did everything.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, yes.
yeah, in the same way you just install the TypeScript and configure required things.
Hmm.
Application it will work with TypeScript. So maybe
Yeah.
if we have some time, we can create React app with TypeScript from scratch with the Webpack. We can try that one as well. Okay.
Okay.
Now shall I move to the topic? So now I'm going to create product.js file, not JS, okay, TSX because for creating a component, just go with directly TSX file, okay, because it's TypeScript with a JSX. That's the meaning. So now, so function and product, function, product, and just do return. So here, if you have a product details, we can display the details. Right now, I'm just putting here like we can go with the same iPhone and that is the title and description. information. It's awesome. Okay, actually we should have a container, right? We can't return multiple things from the component. So we should wrap into a container. Like it's awesome. Don't worry about the spelling mistakes. So again, I'm just doing export default. Okay, product. Even we don't need to give unnecessary semicolons. So let's simply add product also. Now we can enter into the TypeScript part. Right? Right. Product from product. So I'm just removing header. I'm just placing product now. And I'm just going to remove unnecessary things. It's clear. Let's see whether it is showing properly or not. Okay, it's working now. So now we need a props, right? We should pass some information as props. First, we should decide what kind of the props are required. So in TypeScript, with the help of TypeScript, suppose in TypeScript, if you want to define structure for any object, okay, if you want to define any structure for object, so there are two ways. One is a type, another one is interfaces. So I will explain what is the difference what are the similarities between the type and interfaces, and at the same time what are the difference between those things in a separate session, because I'm coming with a separate playlist on this. Okay, don't worry. So here we are going to take help of interfaces. Okay, I will tell you what is the advantage with interfaces than types, and we are going to use types also whenever it is required. So if you want to create a structure for your object, okay, here the object is our props, right? You know, right? Whenever you pass any props, you will this component is going to receive in the form of object, right? Props is the object, right? Props is object. Varun, do you agree with that? Props is object.
Yeah, Raghu.
So now go with interface. So here I'm just defining the structure for the props. So product props, that's it. So just tell me, what are the properties required for the product? Title is required.
Amount,
Okay, okay. Title, whether title you want to define with a string or a number. So normally we'll go with a string.
string,
Enough. And then price.
number,
That's fantastic. And next rating
description, rating,
also number.
number,
Next one is description,
string,
and is product available or not, right? Is available.
boolean,
Hmm? Okay, fine. You can go on mute because some noise is coming. That's why. So fine, because this is the structure of props. So if you define the structure, that's it. Your main job is, our main goal is, okay, whenever you're using any object or any variable, you should provide the structure for that particular variable or a object. If you have done that, 50% job is done. So here we are going to get props, right? And you should say that these props should follow this structure. What is the structure? Got it? So what are the props we are receiving? That props should follow this structure. That means this props should have a title. This props should have a price. this prop should have a rating, this prop should have a description, and it will follow the same data types what we have given. So if you just provide here, props is declared, but its value is never read. Okay, no problem. Now, if you see, you can define. So far we didn't pass the props because once you got the props, now if you see props dot. So whenever you put dot, like in JavaScript, you can't see these blue color things. Okay, because this is intelligence with a TypeScript. So once you define the structure, right, now it clearly knows that we have a title, we have a rating, price, and is available. So let's go with a title. So if you got the title, it will display the title, and in the next thing, what it is, what you want to display, props dot price. Fine. So two things are available, but suppose in JavaScript, if you do so props dot location something, this is not relevant. If you see in JavaScript, it doesn't throw any error. In JavaScript doesn't throw any error, but here TypeScript, if you see TypeScript saves us, okay, from doing some human errors. So right, by mistake I have done like location, but it's clearly showing that property location does not exist on the type product props. That means I didn't provide any type on that, because that product is not going to provide any kind of location, because we know that, because already we just defined the structure for the props for this product. So it is clearly showing the error. Otherwise, if you use a JavaScript, it doesn't throw any error in the compilation time. Once you deploy the application, once you run the application, at the time it will throw an error. Okay, that will be a biggest problem. So here, naturally, what we will do, yes, we can solve the errors here itself. Oh, yes, we can understand that, okay, there is no property called location. That's fine. I'm not using that. Okay, title, price, that is enough. Okay, so let's see first of all how to pass the props. This is simple, natural. And if you see here, here also it is throwing error. What is the error? Okay, type is missing the following properties from, because here clearly we mentioned that we need a title, we need a price, we need a rating, we need a description, we need is available. Whenever, suppose if anyone wants to use this product component, they should pass these details. Okay, that's mandatory, right? That's mandatory. In JavaScript, it doesn't throw any error. Doesn't throw any error. Suppose if you are expecting 5 properties, and if you are passing 1 or 2 properties, JavaScript doesn't throw any error. That is going to be biggest problem in the production level application. But here, if you see, it will show you the properties names also. You don't need to copy paste, because when you are doing a JavaScript application, even I will show you that one as well. Okay, after 5 minutes, we can create a similar kind of product with a JavaScript, and we will see the difference. So now if you see product is there, so what are the properties missing? Title, it's clearly, it will show. This is very very good, because TypeScript always give you proper error message. Almost 99% it will give a really really proper meaningful information as error message. So if you see, it clearly say that, okay, title is missing, price is missing, rating is missing, description is missing, is available missing. So you don't need to go to the product.tsx page. What are the props we have defined? You need to worry about that. So now if you see, so the title. The title, what is the title? It's a string, right? Suppose if you give a title like iPhone 14, that is fine. That is fine. Now it is throwing error still, because we didn't provide information about the price, rating, and description available, because it is not showing the title, because already we have provided title. That's why it's not showing error for that particular property called title. So now this is awesome, right? So now the price is a number. Suppose 69,000, okay, 68,999. So that's fine. But if you see, by mistake, if you provide that information in a string, okay, so it will clearly throw an error. So type string is not assignable to the type number. That means you can save it, right? So if you see the product, you need a number, because maybe you are doing some calculations in the background or something. Suppose if you're expecting that value in the number, but by mistake if someone pass the information in the form of string or any other data type, it's going to be a blunder. Because TypeScript is going to save us. So it will strictly restrict to pass any other data type. So unless until you pass the proper data type, okay, it is going to throw an error. So fine, we are happy. The next thing is, what's the next? Okay, if you forgot what is the property, no problem. Just go on mouse over on it. Okay, still rating description is available. Okay, fine. The rating, like I can give like a 4.5, and the description you can give a string, right? Description hello, okay, is available. Okay, is available is a boolean, right? So it's true or false, so I've just given a true. But suppose if you just try to provide any other data type like the true, so it is going to throw an error. So if you see, it is throwing an error. It's, string is not available temporary. Now obviously we will give a proper data. Whether this is advantage or it's a time waste process. Just tell me. Now if you see, it's not throwing any error, any error. So let's see the output. Let's see the output. It's working properly. So you need, it will take some more time to create a component, but you can save lots of time if you are facing any error, because we don't know, right? Because if you are working with a simple application, maybe you can deal all these things with JavaScript. But in a big application, because the component, this product component designed by the Varun and Vasanta is using that product later after 5 days or 6 days. Okay, Vasanta don't know what he has done properly or not. So if we use a TypeScript, at least we can save minimum 50% of the errors. Okay, now tell me, is it right thing to invest our time in TypeScript or not? Yes or no?
Yeah, Raghu.
Yeah,
Yes.
yes. So even though still you are not convinced, but I'm saying once you got a job, once you're working in a project, okay, 99% of projects in all the big companies, MNCs or whatever it is, are using a TypeScript. So at the time, every time, whenever you are writing simple code, it will throw an error. Okay, this is missing, this is missing, this is missing. At the time, you will get irritation, and you will sometimes you will broke your laptop also. Okay, that's why yes, I'm saying everyone, please, please, please learn TypeScript from today itself. Okay, fine. That's it. We have created our first component successfully. Suppose if you see, if you want to pass any optional parameters, suppose if you see, the rating is optional. Okay, if you put rating is optional in app.tsx, even though if you don't provide the rating, it doesn't throw any error.
Raghu, one more doubt.
Yeah, yeah.
What is difference between TSX and TS?
So now, normally, whenever you are writing any kind of JSX syntax in that particular file, go with the TSX. Okay, and sometimes we will write pure functions. We are not going to add any kind of JSX. At the time, we should go with a product.ts file.
Okay.
But even though if you give a TS, it will take care. But it's easy, right, for us, for developers. If you see TSX, that means it's a product. What is it? It is a component, and we are using JSX. That's why we are using the extension called TSX. And suppose you want to create types. Suppose this type is there. You want to create. You can create a separate file for that. So what you can say, product. Okay, project types. Okay, I'm saying what project types. So dot ts, because in the, for creating this what is prop like structure for that properties interfaces, you don't need a JSX, right? You don't need a JSX. So just copy this one, just move this into this file and export. I hope export this and import interfaces into this product. Um, sometimes I need to. Sometimes I will forget. So we need to practice properly. So, so now, if you see, so still it will work. Still it will work. Okay. So here we have two files. This is completely in project types, that because if suppose you are going to create another component called employee, so for that employee also you need to define the structure. So in that you are not using any kind of JSX at the time. Just go and create an interface for, what is that, employee, suppose employee. So otherwise, here in a e-commerce application we can go with the user, right? Logged in user props. You can define itself. So the first name, what is the first name? It should be a string. Last name, it should be a string. And yeah, age or is logged in email ID. Okay, we can go with the email also, it's a string. And the phone number, again it's, we can go with the number. And the address you can define. So if you want to define some complex structure, we can go through that in coming sessions. Don't worry. So now, if you see in this file, you're not going to use any kind of JSX. So at the time, go and create a TS file and write your. It's indirectly like you are writing JavaScript, plain JavaScript. Or we are not using JSX. So now you can go and create a component called user profile kind of thing, and import this interface into that, and you can utilize the power of that. Got it?
Yeah, Raghu, got it. For every product or for everything, we need to create interface, or it is not required. It is exceptional.
Sorry. Tell me, for each and every.
For each and everything, we are creating interfaces, right?
Yes.
So it is
Suppose
required, or no? It is up to us.
no, it is required. What is the purpose of TypeScript? Why you are using TypeScript? You should avoid the mistakes, right? You should avoid the errors. If you want to avoid the errors, you should define proper structure for the data.
Okay.
Okay, in your while you are learning C language in the BTech first year itself, you will write, right, void main int a is equal to 10, right?
I don't know.
You didn't learn. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so I think Vasanta, I hope you have learned C language, right? Or any other language.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, but because those programming language are just built strictly on the types. Okay, from the first day itself, you need to follow all this types and all this thing. But here the javascript the types are not there. And we need to take help from a TypeScript, so that it will take some time to adapt this TypeScript. But I'm saying, if you see, you understand the advantage of TypeScript or not?
Yes,
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Because you see, if you just do the same thing with the JavaScript application, just let me open JavaScript application quickly. At least suppose maybe if someone who didn't understand the power of TypeScript, let me. I will take only 5 minutes. Don't worry. In this folder structure, already I have created the application with JavaScript also. It's a plain application. Command prompt. So we can create a same product. Okay, just go to the source folder. Create components. I'm just creating product.jsx. Okay, so far we didn't use JSX, right? Yes, if you want to add any kind of, if you are creating any product, go with the product.jsx. If you are adding any plain things, just go with the JS. That is also fine. Even if you use a product.js, that is fine. Okay, don't worry. So just create a function called the product and return. So I'm just giving h1 tag. So if you see the props, we don't know what are the props are there. Okay, if you give props dot title, that is fine. Okay, props dot price, that is fine. Props dot rating, that is fine. Okay, so simple. Here it doesn't throw any error. You can you can create component quickly, but if you do any mistakes, it's very difficult. Or done. So just go and use that in app.js file. App.js. Here, if you see, the React team itself, they are creating components with .js extension, but whenever it comes to the TypeScript, they are using TSX. Okay, not TS. Okay, even you can create components in TS also, but they're following. That's a standard. Because if you need exact reason, I will spend some time and I will find out the exact reason, um, in which situation we go with that. Right now, that's not a big deal. So, okay, just go product from and just removing all the unnecessary stuff here. So product. So if you see, even if I don't pass any props, it is not throwing any error. Okay, and PM start. That's you can start the application, you can run the application. But if you don't pass anything, it will treat as undefined, and luckily it doesn't throw any error. JavaScript is really, really kind-hearted programming language. Almost it doesn't throw any error unless until if you do a blunder. Okay, let's see. Suppose if you see product is there, and it doesn't throw any error, and it doesn't throw any intelligence. Suppose if you see, if product has, we need a title, price, and rating, right? Suppose without opening this product.js file, it's almost impossible for you to guess what are the property keys. Okay, properties are there. So whether you can go with the title, you can give TIT, and you can pass the message. Hello. Okay. It doesn't matter because it's not showing anything. At the same time, it is not throwing any error. Yeah. Maybe you can say that Raghu, I don't do that mistakes, but yeah. Whenever you're doing projects, maybe you don't do that mistake, but I will do that mistake because as a project manager or these things, it's very difficult for them. So title, price, and rating. So let's see. We can pass the title. We can pass the title as a hello. Hopefully, it will display. It's not display. Maybe another error. Okay, it's display. If you see, it is not complaining anything. It is not complaining anything. Even though if you don't pass the price, even though if you don't pass the rating, it doesn't bother. And even if you see, if you pass this as a number title, and if you give the title as something, it doesn't throw any error. It simply it will display that. It will simply display that. But while doing projects, these are the blunders. These are the blunders. So to avoid these kind of things, even if you see like you are passing the price, so if you want to pass the price you can pass 78999 or 499. So it is going to display the price. But if you do mistake, like maybe you forgot, you did a typo, instead of price you have provided rice, it doesn't throw any error. Okay, suppose if testing team didn't find the mistake and you deployed everything in the production, suddenly okay you will get a call at 2 o'clock in the early morning that okay something went wrong, Varun, please come and fix this issue. Okay, otherwise I don't give a promotion for you or otherwise I don't give any. You feel that will
Yeah,
happen.
Raghu, I can experience. I have experienced it.
Experience, okay, then definitely you will give respect to the TypeScript. Okay, understood? Vasanta and Varun, I hope you understood, but still I'm saying
Yes, yes.
many reasons. Okay, and who are watching this video, whether you are interested to learn TypeScript or doesn't matter, you should learn. Okay, I hope everyone agreed that importance of TypeScript, and TypeScript will save you. I'm saying, okay, don't hate TypeScript because it will throw error. Initially, you will definitely get a lot of irritation with the TypeScript, but it will save you. It will save you. Okay, that's enough, right? Now we can jump into another interesting topic. Are you ready, Varun and Vasanta?
Yeah, Raghu.
Yes, Ravi.
So now we can go with the event handling. Okay. So, and we can understand the event handling in React.js, and let's see how to pass a method to method as a prop as well. Few things we can discuss. Okay. First, we can learn that in a JavaScript. Okay. And we can finish that in a TypeScript as well. So JavaScript is not going to throw any error. It will allow us to do many mistakes. Okay, let's say the product, the same thing product is there. Now we can go and proper values for that title. So once you learn TypeScript, then you feel irritated to work with the JavaScript. Definitely, I can say that because TypeScript will give lots of advantage. iPhone 14 here the instead of price you should pass the price, and so almost every time I used to copy paste these property names to avoid the spelling mistakes. Rating, so just go with 4.5. That is fine. So let's display that information here. Okay, fine. So now, what is event handling? Why we need all those things? Because when if suppose product is there, we should have a button like add to cart, right? So let's see Amazon. So if you just go with iPhone 14 or something. So in that product details, if you just go with the product details, individual product details. So definitely you will get add to cart button. Add to cart or buy or whatever it is. Okay, we should add a button, add to cart. So let's say we can add the same kind of thing here. Next one, we can add button, that is add to cart. Save it and see the result in the browser. So we have a button. But whenever we click on this button, something should happen, right? Something should happen. At least right now, it should able to log the details like, okay, console.log, okay, hello, or add it to the card or something, or at least alert. So how to do that? So just if you want to have a event handler, because this is the button, and if you click on if you want to add some logic on click. Okay, here slight difference whenever you're dealing with a JavaScript, this C is a small letter. Okay, JavaScript on click event, the C is a small letter, but in Java in React.js, okay, it will follow camel casing. The in on click C should be a capital. Okay? And don't copy paste or something. Just remember these things properly. On click. So on click, what should happen? One should on click what should happen. Okay, let's see. Let's create a function inside the component. So see, this is a component, this is a component. Here we are writing a function. Okay, handle add to cart is a function. So what we need to do, whenever you click on user clicks on that button, we should able to execute this function. Here I'm just putting alert. Okay, item added successfully. Item added successfully. So how to call this one? Just copy this one and just paste here. So here in JavaScript, usually we used to invoke that function in onClick. But in React.js, please, this is very, very important. Don't do this. This because React.js, you should just mention what what should happen. Like on click, just provide the reference to that function. Okay, React will take care. Whenever user clicks on it, it is going to execute. Okay, React will take care of that invocation. Okay, you don't need to worry about that. But in JavaScript, whenever you are doing that on click event, we used to call the that function itself here. Okay, that's the biggest difference here while handling the events. Just go this handle part. Let's see whether it is going to work or not. Okay, why it is coming these messages now? I will show you. So right now, okay, we didn't give a what function invocation. Okay. So now if you just click on add to cart, you will get the message like item added successfully. Okay, again if you click on it, what will happen? Again it will invoke that function. It will give the message for us, item added successfully. But by mistake, if you see, if you do like this, what happened at the time of rendering itself? Because without user interaction itself, it is already invoked. Okay, invoked. And if you click on this, again we got the message two times because we are using a strict mode in a development environment. That's why it is rendering the component two times. Why we are using strict mode on all those things, I will explain in detail in coming sessions. Don't worry about that. So right now, hopefully you guys understood, we should not invoke that handler itself in the while you are defining on click method. Team, understood or not? Varun?
Yeah, understood.
Here, another thing is that because we can use arrow function, because sometimes you will get a lot of confusion because Raghu, this is the function and this is the product. Again, you are writing the function. Definitely, it will be a biggest headache. Okay, so don't worry. Just go and create arrow functions. Okay, because already we are using ES6 and we have len arrow function and all those things. So constant, okay, handle add to cart is equal to this arrow function and just put alert inside of that and just comment out this. So if you see, still it is works perfectly. So here I'm just giving like wow, some 777 for the confirmation, 77 or 777. So if you see, this is also works similarly. So in functional components, really doesn't matter whether you're using like arrow function or normal function. It will provide the difference and value whenever you are dealing with a class-based component. So you will say that what is class-based component? I will talk about that later. Okay. So if you see now, it is working absolutely fine. This is an event handler. So here you should follow some simple the tricks. Like whenever you are adding any event handler, so you can give any name like so, okay, you can give this name also. This name also. It doesn't throw any error. Doesn't throw any error. Doesn't throw any error. You see? Doesn't throw any error. But we should give a meaningful name for the handle event. So that's why everyone follows that handle, because we are handling on click of some logic, right? Handle what we are handling add to cart. So that handle add to, so then it will be much more meaningful. So whenever you are dealing handle input change or handle button click or something, you can go with meaningful names. Okay, understood? So it's better to use arrow functions so that you don't get confused that we are writing a function inside function kind of thing. So this is the handler. You can just use that. So you can add multiple handlers. So button click is there. Suppose, okay, so for just give me confirmation, understood or not, so that we can enter into another interesting.
Yeah, understood.
Vasanta,
Understood.
I got it. Fantastic. So let's create one interesting that recorder. And okay, so far we have learned only props, right? So tomorrow we are going to enter into the most important topic in React, that is a state. So far we understand props only. Tomorrow we are going to learn state. Hopefully you are awaiting for that. Okay, but before that we should understand some fundamentals. Okay, to understand that I'm just going to create a component called counter. Okay, components. So I'm just creating one counter.jsx. Okay, right now we are just dealing with the JavaScript, so that okay, no problem with the JSX function. Okay, counter. So return return some JSX. So here I'm just adding the two buttons. One is, what is that? Increment. Another button is decrement. In between, I'm just putting some h1 tag. Here I'm going to display the count. Here we are going to display the count. So let's export this component. Export default the count. Fine. Right now I'm just putting here, it's a big zero. We can handle some local variable and all those things. Yes. So I'm going to import counter from components folder. So now I'm going to use this. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. Okay, so let's go and see the result. So whether it is displaying count is zeros. Fantastic. So now our job is to increment this count. Increment this count. Okay, let's see. Open the counter.jsx. Okay, for that we can add some handlers. Okay, let's take some local variables. Let count is equal to 0. Let count is equal to 0. And here I'm just going to put the count. So hopefully it will display. Suppose if you give the initial value as 10, yes, absolutely it will display at 10. Let's go with the 10. Or 0, whatever it is. So now we should have add some handlers. So very soon I'm going to explain how to use prettier, so that it will take care of this formatting the file. But for better readability, I'm just trying to adjust the lines. Okay, fine. So here I need two handlers. One is for increment, another one is decrement. So here the constant is the handle increment. So here we are handling increment with this handler even. In the same way, we need another handler to decrement. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. So now on this first button, on click, so just provide the handle increment. And the second button, on click, we can handle the decrement. Okay, this is ready. So for just understanding purpose, I'm just putting alert whether we are hitting the proper logic or not. So I'm ready to, I'm just taking too much time because if you understand these things, then only you can understand what is the importance of state in React.js. Increment and definitely this is going to be decrement. I'm ready to increment. I'm ready to decrement. Okay, fantastic. Fantastic. Let's see whether they are ready, really ready or not. So just you see increment. Oh yes, I am ready to increment. That means it is hitting the proper one. We are happy. And click on decrement. Yes, this is also happy. Now let's increment. How to increment this one? Equal to, count is equal to count plus one. Right? Varun? Count
Yeah, Raghu.
equal to count minus one. That's it, right? This is we can do this. Okay, and here I will put another alert also, whether he has done or not. Okay, I'm done. I'm done increment. Here again I'm putting the message. Alert. I'm done. So let's see. Because that this logic has executed. Because if you are able to see this message, means this logic has executed. Let's save this one. Now tell me, Varun, if I click on increment, what will happen? Whether it will display 11 or 12 or 9 or something. That is
It
what.
will show alert first, then it will increment, then it will show alert.
Okay. It will increment, that will. Okay. Whether it will, the value will change or not.
Yeah,
So if I click on increment, it should display 11, right? And
yeah,
if you click on decrement, it should display 9. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. I click on increment. I'm ready to increment. I'm done increment. Okay, is done increment. That means we should be able to see 11. But we are seeing only 10. So let's try one more time. Increment. I'm ready to increment. I'm done increment. But why it is not displaying the 11 or 12? We have clicked two times so that it should display 12. So let's, okay, increment. Maybe I did some mistake in increment. Let's go with the decrement. Decrement. I'm ready to decrement. I'm done decrement. Varun Vasanta, whether it will display 9 or 10 or 11 now. What is your guess? Whether it will display 9 or not. Yes or no?
maybe yes.
Yes. Okay, fine. Go with that. No, he is not decrementing. Let's see. I'm ready to decrement. He's saying that I'm ready. I'm done. But it's not showing. Okay, let's see whether really the value has changed in the memory or not. We can do so. Let's console.log. We can put some console.log here. Okay, after incrementing, I'm just putting console.log. Console.log. Okay. And after decrementing also, I'm just putting console.log. Console.log. Okay, let's see now. Let's refresh the application. Just inspect the console. Get ready. Observe console as well. So now I'm just clicking on increment. I'm ready to increment, and then it will go and count is equal to count plus one and console.log count plus one. Oh, fantastic! Because if you see the previous value is 10, current value is 11 in the console. Observe carefully in the console. Are you able to see the console message? It's 11. Vasanta and Varun,
Yeah, Raghu.
and who are watching this video, this is very very important. This is very very important. Okay, click OK. Done. But here it is showing 11, but it is not displaying 11 in the output. Let's see. Again, I'm just doing increment. It's okay. It got 12. But it's not increment. 13. Here it is showing properly 11, 12, 13. And if you click on it, it is going to 14. If you click on it, it is going to 15. Okay, let's see. Well, let's do a decrement. Right now the value is 15. If you just click on decrement, I'm ready to decrement. So again the value will become 14. Just do this for 5 more times to get our value to 10. So decrement, we got the 12. Decrement. So decrement. Because if you see in the background, the value is changing, but we are not able to see that changed value in the output. Now, can anyone tell me the reason? Arun Vasanta, do you know? Is this it is happening like this? You are aware of this? Maybe because most of the times, whenever you are learning React.js directly, they will explain like store the information in the state, and normally it will go because the lack of time or something. So normally most of the people will go in that way. But we should understand clearly why we need a state. Okay, because already we can store some information in the local variables, right? Yes, let count is equal to 10. We are able to store the information. Even we are able to increment that value. We are able to see that change value in the console.log. That means this is a proof the value is changing. We have given even handlers properly and all the things properly. But why it is not showing in the output? That is a interesting why it is not showing the input. So simple, because React.js is something different. Okay. Okay. Here we should understand what is render, and what is, because we understand that virtual DOM is there. Why we are using virtual DOM? Why we are using like diffing algorithm, why we are using reconciliation algorithm. Okay, to achieve all these things we should follow some strategy. Okay, because what React.js is doing inside the browser, okay, what that architect, what he's doing inside, and what is render, okay, what is a re-render, okay, what is re-render, okay, what is like committing, okay, commit phase, a lot of things are there. So step by step we need to understand. Okay, don't hurry. So here I will tell you one thing. Okay, we can do one thing, because if you see even if you do the same thing with a JavaScript, so what we need to do, we need to change. Okay, I'm just finding the id is equal to some my h1. Okay, because if you see you're doing a changes in the background, but you are not informing to the DOM, right? DOM that please update it. Okay, just do the same thing with a plain HTML and JavaScript. So just add two buttons and just take a local variable count is equal to 0. Whenever you click on that button, okay, our responsibility, right? Suppose if your calculator is there, if you have a two text boxes and you are taking A value and B value, if you click on a button, what we are doing, we are reading these values, and after that we will do document.get element by ID of the result, and we will attach the result to the browser again, right? You remember or not?
Yeah, Raghu, remember.
Because whenever you create a counter, simple, two text boxes and one button, if you click on add button, okay, you will see document.get element by ID of the text box 1, you will read the value, text box 2 you will read the value, and you will do the calculation. You will convert that text into a integer and you will do calculation, and in the end what you will do again, you need to find the DOM element and you need to update the result to that particular position, right? So let's do the same thing here. Let's do the same thing, because we should update the DOM, right? Otherwise, how browser don't knows that, how that painter knows that the value has changed? Because unless until if you don't change the values in the DOM, the painter doesn't take care of. Okay, I will show you one more time.
But Raghu, in React, directly we are assigning the value to the count, right? That's why we are writing in curly braces.
Yeah, if you use a state, you don't need to worry. But first, we should understand why we need a state, right?
Okay.
Because yeah, you can do that. You can just declare use state, and if whenever you click on that, if you just update the state, automatically it will display the value. It automatically will display the value. But why we are using state? That is very important, right? Without understanding, because why can't we why can't we handle with the local variables? Because already this is possible, right? Already we are changing the value. Why can't we display this value? Why we need to use a state? What is the advantage of state? Okay, to understand all those things, I'm just explaining in detail. Okay, we're coming to that point. How to use the state? Yes, if you use a state, automatically React will take care. But how the React is taking care? So to understand that inner logic, okay, we should understand the problem, right? We should understand the situation so that it's easy for us to understand the state. Got it?
Yeah, Raghu, got it.
Yeah, suppose we didn't learn state, we don't know what React is doing. So with plain JavaScript concept, what we can do every time, what you can do, you can do, what you can do, okay, let h1 h1 reference. What you can do? Document dot get element by ID. What is the ID?
My H1.
My h1. So you got the reference, and you should update h1 reference dot
Inner HTML.
is equal to the
Count.
latest count. That's fine. Just take that one as well for decrement also. Decrement also. Let's see whether it is working or not. Let's refresh. Increment. So I think we did some blunder. Cannot set properties of a null setting in the HTML. So this is like my mistake. Cannot set properties of null setting in an HTML.
Something that my H1 is wrong, Raghu. ID is wrong.
Here I'll just use a small letter. This is given a wrong ID. Okay, save it. Save it. Refresh it. Okay. Okay. We got the 11. Increment. Doom. We got 12. Boom. 13. So decrement. Okay, we are able to achieve this. Understood? Understood or not?
Yeah, Raghu, understood.
Okay. But here we are doing a big mistake. Okay, while we understand what is the purpose of React.js, we have agreement, right? What is that agreement, Varun? We have appointed React.js because this is a plain HTML DOM. Here we have a div, and we have one painter is there. We have a painter, right, in the browser. Because what's the role of painter? If you do any changes to this DOM, painter will repaint everything, right? Right? Because if you do any small changes, because if you see here your for each and every increment or decrement or anything, okay, you need to update this DOM 100 times. Whenever you click, if you click on that one button, you need to update it again. The painter will remove everything and he will draw everything. So instead of repainting for each and every change, okay, we have appointed one architect. Who is that architect? What this architect said, Raghu, you don't need to worry about, don't touch the original DOM. Don't touch the original DOM. Okay. Okay. Whatever you want, you can do changes to the virtual DOM. I will take care of that. I will take care of that updating the original DOM. So, but here, Raghu, you are doing the mistake. You are violating the rule, right? because you have appointed me to take care of all these things, but again you are involving into my work. So this is my job. I will take care of that. I will update the original DOM. You don't need to worry about that because I have an infrastructure, I have a virtual DOM, I have written a diffing algorithm, reconciliation algorithm, and we are following rendering phase and committing phase. A lot of things are there. I will take care of that. Okay, we no need to repaint for each and every change in the application. So in that sense, we can improve the performance of the application. That's what architect job. That means we can do this one. We can directly here your means document dot get element by id means what we are doing. You are directly reference. We are directly taking the reference from the virtual DOM, and we are updating directly the count value. We are updating the count value directly. This is wrong. This is wrong. We should not touch the original DOM. Okay, we need to give an instruction to the React.js. React.js will take care of that. Okay, how we need to interact with the React.js and how React.js will update the things in the original DOM. That's what we are going to learn. Okay, to understand that, first we should understand what is a render. Okay, if you want to understand that, first we should understand what is render. What is the render? Then we need to understand what is a re-render. Okay, in which situation it will go for re-render. What will happen? What that React this architect is doing inside. So if you understand all these things, you will get a clear picture that why we are using React and why we should not do these things. Okay, this is wrong, right? This is wrong. So that we should avoid interacting with the original DOM directly. So that means, but it is not updating. So if you don't interact with the original DOM, so we are not able to increment it. This is the problem because I need to design the counter in a proper way. So for that, what we need to understand, what we need to understand that is we should understand the state in React.js. So if you want to understand state, you should understand what is render, what is happening in render, and what is a re-render, and what is the diffing algorithm is doing, what is reconciliation algorithm is doing, what is the mounting phase, and what is the commit phase, and a lot of things are there. Yes, we are going to learn in detail. That's why it will take time because I'm not hurry to finish the syllabus within 1 month or 15 days for your priorities. Okay, I'm going to explain in detail. Maybe if you watch this video after 1 month or 2 months, at the time also it will be useful for every student. Okay, so but yeah, we should understand all these important things. Then only you will get a clarity that what is happening in React.js. Okay, Varun, are you ready, Vasanta, to learn all these things tomorrow, not today? So you understand the problem, right? If you use the local variables, what is happening? It is not repainting. It is not repainting on the web page again. Those changes. So if we need to store information in the state, then React will take care. React will update the updated value on the original DOM. It will take care. But how to use the state and all those things, we are going to learn tomorrow. Understood? Varun and
Yeah, Raghu.
Vasanta? Or do you have any questions? Sorry?
Understood, Raghu.
Okay, fine. So please do practice. Don't think that Raghu, anyway, we are not going to use the virtual DOM, right? We are not going to touch the virtual DOM. That's why I don't practice this one. Directly, I will learn from a state. But what will happen now? After 2 days, you will forget this one. You will what if you once you forgot this one in interviews, they will ask the question that what is the difference between storing the value in the local variable and what is the difference between storing the value in the state? And what is the difference in use ref, because we can store the information in use ref also. We can store information with the help of use state also. We can store the information with the help of use reducer also. Okay, here we can store in a local variable also. We should understand these four things because we can store the information in local variable. We can store the information with the help of use state. We can store the information same counter value with the help of reducer. We can do the same kind of thing, incrementing counter, decrementing counter with the help of use ref also we can achieve it. But we should understand when we should use state, when we should use reducer, when we should use ref, and when we should use local variable also, because sometimes local variables also important for us. Okay, so we are going to learn in detail. Okay, that's all for today. It's already we have learned we have discussed a lot of things. Okay, we understand how to define the structure for the properties of the component with the help of TypeScript. That is very very important. Please do practice and just create two applications, one with JavaScript, one with TypeScript. So first we are going to understand each and every concept with the help of JavaScript, and we are going to do practice immediately with the TypeScript so that you don't need to worry that after getting a job how to deal all these things. So by the time you got the job, by the time we complete React.js, we are going to learn TypeScript, we are going to learn Jest, we are going to learn React testing library, we are going to learn ESLint, we are going to learn Prettier, all the configurations and everything. So that's my plan. Okay, fine. That's all for today and see you again in tomorrow. Bye bye.